Alright, shalom, 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 yes, all. Sorry I got cut off. I just figured, fuck it, I'll make a part 2 because I really wanted to get these precepts out there so that he can hear it and know that Yahweh has prophesied against him since ancient times. Okay, so we just read Deuteronomy 29, 17, and 18. You can get the end of that on the last video. We're just going to keep plowing forward because I honestly don't know how much storage. Obviously, I have enough to record an hour on my memory card, or about an hour, but I do not know how much memory I have on my actual phone. I tried to clear some stuff out, shit's all fucked up, but, you know, whatever. But, we're just gonna keep on rolling. We got that one, the whole thing about, he is come on. Damn it, man, I hate this phone, it has the worst time, there we go. He is the stock spouting poison weed and wormwood, right? Because what? Perchance there is among you a man or a woman. We're in Deuteronomy 29, verse, and we're among 17. Perchance there is among you some man or woman or some clan or tribe whose mind whose mind is even now turning away from Yahweh our Elohim to go and worship the other Elohim. For those nations, right, perchance there is among you a stock of those nations, perchance there is among you a stock sprouting poison weed, ra'ash, which is opium. You're sprouting opium, you're sprouting poppy plants, and wormwood, which is like what they in the Hebrew, it's for vinegar, for like a fucking awful drink, you know. When such a one hears the words of these sanctions, he may fancy himself immune. So this is Judah. This is the nice. They fancy themselves immune, thinking, I shall be safe, though I follow my own willful mind, to the utter ruin of moist and dry alike. See, that's what you're doing, bro. Judah, you know what you're doing, dude? You're ruining the dry land and you're ruining the moist land. Those that just have a little bit of moisture, but they're not, you know, in the deep waters, they're not, you know, they haven't gotten that irrigation, they haven't gotten that rain. You know what I mean? But they're a little bit moist. Yeah, you're ruining all these people, bro. You're ruining them and the dry alike. You're just fucking them all up. And Yahweh will never forgive him. You hear that shit? Yahweh will never forgive him. Rather, will Yahweh's anger and passion rage against that man. Look at that. Anger and passion. Right? Oh, you guys are emotional. What do I always get accused of being emotional, right? Well, go tell that shit to Yahweh, bro. Look at how fucking pissed off he is, dude. You guys get mad at me just because I get mad because he's, obviously we've upset him. You guys don't, see, that's how you guys know you don't even give a fuck, bro. Look, a rage against that man till every sanction recorded in this book comes down upon him. Dude, you're fucked, bro. You should not have said that shit. You fucked yourself, bro. You're fucked, dude. And Yahweh will blot out his name from under heaven. You're done, dude. You're done. You're done. 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 Fucking just go sit down and shut the fuck up somewhere, dude. That's it. You're over. This is out. You got nothing. Okay, so now we're going to go to Deuteronomy 32. And verse, let's see, where do we start out? We could start at verse 32. And it says, what? The vine for them is from Sodom. So that's your guys' vine. That's what you guys are fucking getting from. The vine for them is from Sodom, from the vineyards of Gomorrah. The grapes of them are poison, a bitter growth their clusters. See that poison right there? The grapes for them are poison. That word is Ra'ash. Watch, where's my little mini? Where did I put my mini tour? Check this shit out, bro. Dude, I don't know what the hell you were thinking, bro. What the fuck were you thinking? Look. Right here. See that? Rawash. Remember we saw in the concordance that one time it was spelled Rawash? Well, there's your Rawash. Right there. Right? And it said 2 times. Not just 1 time, it said 2 times. Watch where we at. Right there. Again, Wara'ash. Look at that. 2 times. You know why it says that 2 times? Because look, 2 times. The grapes for them are poison. The grapes for them basically are Rawash, a bitter, right? And look, I don't know if you guys noticed that word, but look. Oh yeah, what is that? Here we go. See that? Marara? Yeah, dude. Bitter. That bitterness. Didn't he just say myrrh? Right? Mar went on the altar, right? And he said opium too. That's both of them right there, bro. Bitter growth. That's what you guys got. Bitter growth and grapes, poison grapes. That's right there. Bitter and poison. Those are the two things he said went on the altar. He said opiate, opium, morphine. 3 times, 3 different forms of the poppy, dude. And then he said mar, which is bitter. Their wine is the venom of asps, and that's what that is. What we saw the second time over here. Oh, where's that? Oh, it's getting too high. Right there. Wa ra'ash fatanyam akazar. That's this right here. The wine is the venom of asps. The pitiless poison of vipers. Poison of vipers, I mean. The wine is the venom of asps and their pitiless poison of vipers. So that's what they've got, man. They've got poison of vipers. These motherfuckers, man, I fucking swear, dude. But I'm pretty sure, because I have forgotten both of these, the venom of asps and the poison of vipers. That's why it's because one of them is talking about the poppy plant, right? And the other one is talking about Amalek, dude. That I did a long time ago in my Serpent Power series. I don't know if you guys remember or if you've seen it or if you guys knew and whatnot. But basically, it talks about how Amalek is this Nakash, is the serpent, right? And he bites you and he poisons you, and that poison, that biting is oppression with debt, actually, to be more specific. But yeah, so let's see, what else do we got? We have another precept. We're gonna skip Job and we're gonna go Psalm 69 and 21. So Psalm 69 and 21, and it says, it's 22, but we'll start at 20. You know my reproach, my shame, my disgrace. You are aware of all my foes. Reproach breaks my mind. I am in despair. I hope for consolation, but there is none. For comforters, but find none. They gave me gall for food, vinegar to quench my thirst. And they even try to use this verse in the Jesus thing. Remember, I showed in the last video. Here. I have the lesson back here. The Jesus thing, right? That's the Jesus lesson. But if you show in the last video, in the lexicon, in the dictionary, in the Greek dictionary, we read that. I'm usually in the lexicons, that's why. The Greek dictionary showed that Smyrna, remember Smyrna? When he said myrrh, remember the Greek word, I'm going to put this down for a second. The Greek word for myrrh was Smyrna, right? And then you had smyrnizo, which is that myrrh mixed with, and what did we read earlier? The bitter, remember I told you to remember that? And to go to the last video and watch it. What did I say? Remember that the smyrnizo was the drug mixed with myrrh, and that's what they called gall, which is right here. They try to say, because gall right here in the Hebrew, they gave me gall for food. That's the gall is the ra'ash, the poppy, the opium. They gave us opium, the poppy plants, for food, and vinegar to quench my thirst, and that they often translate that as wormwood. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's gall for food, and that's what Judah's giving everybody, bro. He's giving everybody gall for food. He's giving everybody goddamn fucking, he said fucking opium, dude. He said opium. That's fucking madness, bro. How you gonna fucking say opium, dude, and opiates and fucking morphine and all this shit, dude? That's what you're doing, dude. You just gave everybody gall for food. You gave them ra'ash. You gave them food for food. and vinegar to quench their thirst. May their table be a trap for them. So this is you guys. What table? The table of showbread. And what is the table of showbread? The shalakan, lakam, the lakam shalakan. Table of showbread, right? Well, table of shalakan, showbread is lakam, right? And the table of showbread, what does that represent? It represents being like armored for war, to going to battle, going to war, right? It's your ability to battle for Yahweh, to go to war for him, like David, right? And it says what? May their table be a trap for them. So all your little you're gonna fall on your own sword like Saul. Who's the one that said that? Someone fucking said that to the knights. You're like Saul, you fell on your own sword. Whoever that was, that shit was funny. And that's you were right. Look, their table will be a trap for them, a snare for their allies. May their eyes grow dim so they cannot see. That has happened. May their loins collapse continually. Right? Pour out your wrath on them. Oh, you know what? Let me get, what is that? 24? Where are we? Psalm 69, 24? Bear with me for a second. I want to see if I can find this. Okay. 50, 69. Sorry, this Torah that I have, it's hold on. 69. I got a couple of new ones, and they're a little stiff. They're going to be broken in. Okay, so we got 24 right there. Look, and that's funny. And it says, hold on. And we were at verse 24, right? May their eyes grow dim, may their loins collapse continually. Let's see if it's the what word I think. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, we're going to keep going. I thought I was going to get an extra little chop there, but no, it's all good. It says right here, may their eyes grow dim so they cannot see, may their loins collapse continually. Verse 25, pour out your wrath on them, may your blazing anger overtake them, may their encampments be desolate, may their tents stand empty, for they persecute those you have struck, they talk about the pain of those you have felled, add that to their guilt. So all that shit you be talking, son, you don't, bro, like I say, you guys don't know who the fuck you're messing with, dude. All that shit you guys are talking is gonna come on your fucking heads, bro. Yahweh already fucking told you guys in Deuteronomy that you guys are fucked, bro. Well, Judah, mainly it's Judah. Judah's fucked. I'll address him directly, because all you guys are just fucking zombies, the rest of you. Judah, dude, you're fucked, bro. Deuteronomy already told you, dude, your shit's blotted out from heaven, dude. And all the shit from the book is gonna be brought down on you, dude. All that guilt, bro. All that guilt. And it's on all of them, though. It's the whole camp. Let them have no share of your beneficence. May they be erased from the book of life and not be inscribed with the righteous. You're gone from out under heaven and the book of life, dude. You got blotted out in 2 different dimensions, homie. How does that even work, dude? Yeah, bro, like, fuck, dude. Like, I hope you know you really fucked up, dude. Like, you fucking, bro. Bro. Okay. Keep it going. Let's go to Jeremiah 8. 14 is the verse we want, but I think we're going to read a little before it, because it's some good stuff. Alright, Jeremiah 8. Jeremiah 8:14. You guys are fun. Alright, so here we go. Let's see if we can get this. Oh, okay, there we go. It focused on itself. Okay. Let's get further up. Look, let's go with verse 10. This is 8 and 10, right? It says, assuredly I will give their wives to others, and their fields to dispossessors. For from the smallest to the greatest, they are all greedy for gain. So all your shit's going to be taken from you and given away, homie. says they are all greedy for gain, priest and prophet alike. They all act falsely. They offer healing offhand for the wounds of my poor people, saying, all is well, all is well. That's how you guys are, bro. But what does it say? When nothing is well, they have acted shamefully. They have done abhorrent things. See, and that's a cut chop on Gabaria, because Gabaria is always, oh, rest of y'all, oh, yeah, man, blah, 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 la, la, la. He's always talking all this shit. Nah, bro, nothing ain't fucking well, dude. What the hell's your problem? They have acted shamefully. They have done abhorrent things. Yet they do not feel shame. That's why you guys don't really get the temple, dude. You have to feel shame to get the temple. They cannot be made to blush. Assuredly, they shall fall among the falling. They shall stumble at the time of their doom. You're going to fall along with the Nephilim, dude. You guys are going down with the Nephilim. Woo! You guys are fucked with Azazel, homie. It says, I will make an end of them. No grapes left on the vine, no figs on the fig tree, the leaves all withered. Whatever I have given them is gone. Why are we sitting by? Let us gather into fortified cities and meet our doom there. That's how you guys are, man. You guys are fucking, why are you sitting by, man? You guys are gathering yourselves in fortified cities. That's your little TKR, right? You guys are going to meet your doom there. Yahweh has doomed you guys. He has made us drink bitter draught. Right? Bitter draught because we have sinned against Yahweh. And honestly, this is for all the nations. Right? He made everybody drink bitter draught. That bitter draught right there, that's Ra'ash.
Some fucking, what is that shit called? That stuff that Mr. Brett gave us?
What was it?
That draft, that one draft.
Oh, yeah.
Bitter ass shit.
Yeah, that he gave you. You tried it out. Shit was all fucking nasty. Yeah, dude. Bitter draft, dude.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the
nasty,
bitter draft. This is the opium draft. That's morphine, dude.
All fucked up.
Well, bitter draft because we sinned against Yahweh. We hoped for good fortune, but no happiness came. For a time of relief, instead there's terror. That's you guys, man. That's what's going on right now. You guys are about to be blotted. You guys are blotted out in 2 fucking dimensions. Well, Judah is. Ha! Dumbass motherfucker. Alright, so let's keep it going. We're going to go to Jeremiah 9 and 15. Let's go to the next chapter. Right off the bat, dude. You're just not good, bro. Start at verse 12. It says, Yahweh replied, because they forsook the teaching, or the Torah, I had set before them. They did not obey me, and they did not follow it. But they followed their own willful mind, or the heart. I refuse to say that because these motherfuckers are so stupid. And they followed the Baalims. See, that's the word for heart, bro. This is fucking stupid, dude. The word for the actual organ, the heart, which is what they say the incense altar is, right? Fucking idiots. Dude, I'm telling you, man, mercy, bro. You're lucky I didn't go on your live chat. Dude. You're lucky I'm fucking giving you this shit now. Baal. Failure, by implications, nothing. Usually an adverb, not at all. Nothing. This means nothing. It's just fucking nothing, right? Baal. Baal, Bel, or Baal of the Babylonians. So this is the same thing as Baal. This is Bel. This is Baal. This is the wicked, Baaliam, the Baals, the nothings. Baal, right? Properly anxiety, i.e. by implications, the heart as its seat. Anxiety. What happens when you get anxious? What happens to your heart?
Fucking palpitations.
It palpitates, right? Let us go down. Bala, right? Let's jump down. I wanted to get something real fast since he said that. Since Akiwantan mentioned that. Check this out. Check out what it means. Right here. Bala, right? Which is just the feminine. You just add the ha at the end, right? To palpitate. Hence, to cause to terrify, because what else happens to your heart when you get terrified? It starts to palpitate. Timid, right? Balaha, timid, or an alarm. Destruction, right? Balahan. Let's see. Let's go back up. Look, bala, to fail, by implications, to wear out, to decay, to cause to consume, to spend. Your heart's always in a state of like decay, dude. It's you're just spending it out.
Stressful state,
right.
It starts when it starts beating a lot faster. It starts
stressing you out. Right.
You can have a heart attack.
Right. Exactly. Heart attack. Baal attack.
Enough stress.
Yep. Worn out. Failure. Right? Palpitate. Dude. Bala, this is with the ah. Bala. To afflict. That's what this is. That's what Baal it does. It's afflict. See, that's what you guys are doing. You guys brought Baal into the temple. Don't you guys realize that shit? Oh my god, man. Like, dude. Because this is you guys. Because you followed your own willful mind and you followed the Ba'alyam. You followed your heart. As their fathers had taught them. Or assuredly, thus says Yahweh Zaba'aweth, the Alahayim of Yasharal. I am going to feed that people wormwood, right? What did we read just last chapter? We're going to feed that people wormwood and make them drink a bitter draft. There's that bitter draft again. There's the Ra'ash. There's the opium, right? You're going to make you guys drink opium. That's what you guys just fucking intook. You guys, I will scatter them among the nations, which they and their fathers never knew, and I will dispatch the sword after them until I have consumed them. See, it's the same thing that keeps happening over and over and over. Yahweh's judgment is like a ring, is it not? In a circular, right? Well, this is the same thing. You guys are going to be fucking he's scattering you right now, man. Scattering your fucking minds among all the different nations fucking shit, dude. Thus saith Yahweh, listen. Okay, we'll to save for time, let's keep going. We'll go to 23 and 15. We got the point on that one. Jeremiah 23 and 15. Okay, here we go. Okay. Let's see. Man, I kind of want to get... Okay, look. Look, let's just start at 12. Assuredly, their path shall become like slippery ground. They shall be thrust into darkness. And there they shall fall, for I will bring disaster upon them the year of their doom. There's that doom again. In the prophets of Samaria, I have saw a repulsive thing. So that's what you guys are, man. You guys are basically just the prophets of Samaria all over again. They prophesied by Baal, they prophesied by their hearts, and led my people Israel astray. But what I see in the prophets of Jerusalem is something horrifying. Adultery and false dealing. They encourage evildoers so that no one turns back from his wickedness. See, because Samaria, man, dude, these guys are so bad. Because remember, it's the twin sisters that one's just followed after the other, and they're both just fucking wicked as all hell, right? Well, technically, Samaria is basically like Jesus, but you guys are like are part of Samaria, but then part of Jerusalem at the same time. Because it's like I don't know, you guys are just fucking. You guys are doing all the abomination. That's what's so fucked up. You guys are doing everything wicked. You guys aren't even like just sticking to one. To me they are like Sodom, and all its inhabitants like Gomorrah. Or surely, thus says Yahweh concerning the prophets, I am going to make them eat wormwood, and drink a bitter draught. There it is again. For from the prophets of Jerusalem, godlessness has gone forth to the whole land. Oh, like telling people that they hope that their children get abducted into vans and have unspeakable things done to them. Thus says Yahweh, do not listen to the words of the prophets who prophesy to you. They are deluding you. The prophecies they speak are from their own minds and not from the mouth of Yahweh. They declare to men who despise me, Yahweh has said, all shall be well with you. See, there it is again. All is well, all is well, all is well. And to all who follow their willful minds, they say, no evil shall befall you. Oh, man, you're in the nights, man. We're good. We're never going to fall. But he who has stood in the counsel of Yahweh and seen and heard his word, he who has listened to his word must obey. Lo, the storm of Yahweh goes forth in fury like a whirling storm. See, that's why you have to obey this, man. You have to obey and listen and see. But that you guys haven't. That's why you guys don't follow the Torah. It shall whirl down upon the heads of the wicked. The anger of Yahweh shall not turn back. Oh, there's that anger again. Till it hath fulfilled and completed his purposes. In the days to come, you shall clearly perceive it. We're gonna clearly perceive it, man. It has begun, dude. Okay, we could go. We'll get Lamentations last. Let's go to Hosea 10 and 4, since we're in the prophets. Well, I mean, Lamentations is done by Jeremiah, but it's more of like, I want to get it last because it's like a little more fits an ending. Okay, so we'll just start at 10 and 1. Israel is a ravaged vine. There's that vine again. Remember, you guys are the vine of the poppy, and its fruits is like it. When his fruit was plentiful, he made altars aplenty. So there you go. You guys started making altars. You started running back to JC. When his land was bountiful, he cult pillars abounded. So you guys can't let him go. Now that his bows are broken up, he feels his guilt. And there goes it within Isaiah 53, right? He himself pulls apart his altars and smashes his pillars. See, but that's the problem. You guys don't acknowledge guilt. You guys never acknowledge. That's how you know you guys aren't the suffering servants. Truly now they say, we have no king. For since we do not fear Yahweh, what can a king do to us? So see, you guys don't fear Yahweh, man. You guys do not fear Yahweh. So they conclude agreements and make covenants with false oaths, and justice degenerates into poison weeds. That's what you guys do to justice, which is the Zadokite. You know what you guys do to the Zadokite, the lineage? You know what you guys, how you, dude, you guys go completely against the priesthood. You guys take the Zadokite whole thing and you degenerate it into poison weeds. That poison weed, man. It's that anti-weed, man. Instead of Quanabashim, you guys are running to fucking Ra'ash. Into poison weeds breaking out on the furrows of the fields. So you guys it's just like a field of poppies, man. You guys are just, oh my god, it's not even funny anymore. Okay, Amos 6 and 12. Let's go. Okay, I guess we could get it at 9. If 10 people are left in one house, they shall die. And if someone's kinsman, who is to burn incense for him, comes to carry the remains out of a house, and he calls to the one at the rear of the house, are there any alive besides you? He will answer, no, none. And he will say, hush, so that no one may utter the name of Yahweh. For Yahweh will command, and the great house shall be smashed to bits, and the little house to splinters. That's, you guys are the fucking little house, man. That's the big house, the great house. It's the same thing. It's like Samaria and Jerusalem, right? The great house is like one west. That's like the Samaria. But you guys are partaking in the sins of Samaria, doing in Jerusalem the little house into splinters. You guys are going to be fucking smashed up, dude. There ain't going to be no one alive. Those that are going to come and try to burn incense for you, man. They try to come and say, but they're going to be like, damn, ain't nobody left over here. Right? Prophesy. Can horses gallop on a rock? Can it be plowed with oxen? Yet you have turned justice, there it is again, the Zadokite, into poison weed, and the fruit of righteousness to wormwood. Dude, you are desecrating the everything that the Zadokites stood to fight for, as written of in Ezekiel, the 44th chapter. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Like, man, this is, it's so bad, dude. Like, it's so bad. Like, and you guys don't even fucking give a shit. You guys, like, don't even care. No one even said anything to this asshole at all about burning fucking, dude. Oh my god, that's like, oh. Okay, so we have a little bit of time, so I'm gonna try to actually write it out, but hold on wait a second. I'm gonna show, since, you know what, we're gonna just start attacking the New Testament now. We're gonna start attacking the Bashar of Mark. Actually, let me show you what that's all about. I actually have a lesson on it. I'll do a more complete one, but we'll just kind of run across it real fast. Because Judah's always talking about, oh, I teach the Bashar, you know, blah, 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 and they quote Christ, oh, the kingdom of heaven is within you, man, and fucking all this shit, right? Well, let's see, let's go back to the back where the lesson is. Where's it at? Okay, here we go. The Bashar, or the Gospel of Mark. Here's some precepts that have to do with what they're actually doing. And, man, it's not good. Because Bashar, let me get that for you. We'll get it out of the Strong since Everybody's all up on that, right? Let's get Bashar. Because Judah's gonna be like, oh, it just means flesh, man. You know, good tidings, good news, the gospel of the flesh, which is, you know, Ezekiel, the valley of dry bones, bro. We're putting on flesh of the dry, you know? With his stuttering ass. You can't even get anything out anymore, bro. Your ass is fucking, you're just like all broken up, dude. Like, I could understand people, you know, stumbling a little bit or blah, blah, blah. Like, I had a slow time. But, dude, you, like, constantly are just, like, stuttering Stanley now. Okay, so Bashar. Let's start here. Bashar, right? Right? To be fresh, i.e. full or rosy, figuratively cheerful, to announce glad news. Okay, so that's why they're like, oh, yeah, the Gospels, the Bashar. Bashar, right? Right? Flesh, from its freshness, by extension, the body or person. Check it out. Also by euphemism, so this is like slang, the pudenda of a man. You guys know what pudenda is, dude? That's your rod. That's your Jesus. Oh, sorry, bad name, sorry. I'm gonna have to repent tonight for saying that awful word twice. You know, fucking Beetle shits, right? That's what you're teaching, dude. You still teach. You're teaching people. You guys quote Christ all the time. You guys go to Acts 21. You guys fucking stay in that goddamn New Testament to fucking, oh, kingdom of heaven's with you, kingdom of heaven's within you, fucking talking all this stupid shit, bro, when the Gospel Mark, even in the Codex Sinaiticus, is all fucked up. You guys are teaching that. You guys aren't teaching Ezekiel, the Valley of Dry Bones. You guys are teaching the pudenda of a man, which is beetle shits, because we all know he's a phallic savior god. So what the fuck are you doing, dude? This is what, see, this is subliminal. This is what he's really teaching. You guys are sitting there fucking believing his ass when he's done nothing, bro. Like, oh, it is, oh man, it's hard to explain how fucking stupid this shit is. Dude, for real though, look, I'm gonna show you something. You know how we know Jesus? Because see, that's the whole thing, like, you know, the gospel, blah, 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 and all this shit, dude. That wasn't, he's not the same person, bro. He's not the same fucking person, bro. Like, I'm sorry, they're not. In fact, let's see. Yep. Hold on. Okay, let's get the okay, so, well, I wanted to show you. Because this motherfucker is like, oh, this guy don't fucking have shit. And he just fucking talks out his ass. This is the Dead Sea Scrolls from Weisebig and Cook. I'm pretty sure it's the same one he has. I also have, let's see. I also have the Giza Vermes one. You know, and then I also have my my Hebrew ones, my study editions. But I only use those when I'm studying the Hebrew out of it, to save them, because I've already worn them out from fucking being in them all the time. Okay, so we're gonna get the Giza. Well, okay, so first off, we're gonna go to this one that he had, right? And let me show you inside of it at the very beginning, before you even get in that shit, in the preface, right? Let's just see. The preface is kind of long. It's like, let's see, where is it? Oh, yep, there we go. Okay, we're on page. Damn it, I hate when they don't give the page. We're on page 36 and 37. Is basically a bunch of charts. See, Dead Sea Scrolls timeline. All these numbers can be backed by history and by Torah. See, we have all the Seleucid Roman rulers, Antiochus III. This is when they came in and fucked up the temple, because we could roll down here. Onias III was cut off in 174, right? 174 is right after Antiochus Epiphanes came in and fucked shit up because he's the one that fucking murked out Onias. So now we jump down here and we have, look, so there's basically, if all the researchers, all the top experts, blah blah blah, they come down to two models, what they call. They have the standard model and they have the new model, right? It's 100 years difference between the two. Or actually 70, sorry, 70 years difference between the two. But basically this is the old model, this is the standard model. This is like basically all of academia, pretty much. Goes off the standard model, which they say was in 176. The problem with that is the teacher couldn't have been active because Onias, who was still part of the legitimate priesthood, died in 170. So he was active in 176 still. So this is before the defilement of the temple, before the Maccabees, and the Maccabees are mentioned in the Dead Sea Scrolls. So it can't be the standard model. But anyways, and that pushes you farther back from Jesus because what? Look, Jebus of Nazareth was in 6 BCE, and the crucifixion was in 31, which, wasn't he supposed to be 33? That's a lot more than fucking 33, bro. 31 plus 6, and we're not even counting, like, the year 0. 31 plus 6 is 30 fucking 7. So, you know, I thought he was 33, but whatever. Anyways, none of it adds up, dude. Not even his age. So the Maccabean Revolt, see, 168. Antiochus desecrates the temple, 167. Jews throw off Syrian rule in 165. The rededication of the temple in 164. It was the 3 years. Judas, the death of Judas Maccabeus was in 160. The Samaritan temple destroyed by Hyrcanus in 113. Right? And then the teacher's ministry, the new model, late 2nd or early 1st century BCE. Which I think that was the time, was in 106 BCE, just for the fact I'm going to show you right now, because they, it's Edomites, man, that's Edomites, Edomites, you know, even though they're reading a Greek fucking book, talking about Acts 21 is real and shit, right, but whatever. Okay, so, these guys are so stupid, bro. What the fuck do you want me on your show live? What the fuck do you think I'm gonna do to you, dude? I'm gonna fucking massacre all of you all over the place. But that's what you want. Okay, so we're gonna go to the Damascus document. See? Damascus document, CDA, they also call it. Okay, so this is the exhortation. It's right off the bat. Listen now, all you who know righteousness, and consider the works of Alahayim. Ha'alahayim, right? He has a dispute with all flesh and will condemn all those who despise him. For when they were unfaithful and forsook him, he hid his face from Yashar'al and his sanctuary, and he delivered them up to the sword. But remembering the covenant of the forefathers, he left a remnant to Yashar'al and did not deliver it up to be destroyed. And in the age of wrath, 390 years after he had given them into the hand of the king of Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon, he visited them. So now we have a year. We have an established timeline. Right? 390 years after he had given them into the hand of King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon. So we go to win Babylon and all that stuff. 390 years after that, he visited them, and he caused a plant root to spring from Yashar'al and Aaron. So this is the Aaron. This is the Zadokite stuff. This is Ezekiel 44 and 15 coming in, right? To inherit his land and to prosper on the good things of his earth. And they perceived their iniquity and recognized that they were guilty men, which we read earlier, you guys refused to do. Yet for 20 years they were like blind men groping for the way. So another 20 years after the 390 years, because this is when they began, 390 years, they began to wake up. Another 20 years. And Ha'alahayim observed their deeds, and they sought him with the whole mind, and raised for them a teacher of righteousness. There's your teacher of righteousness, to guide them in the way of his mind. And he made known to the latter generations that which Ha'alahayim had done to the latter generation, the congregation of traitors, to those who departed from the way. This was the time of which it was written, like a stubborn heifer, thou was Yashar'al, thus was Yashar'al stubborn. Hosea 4 and 16. When the scoffer arose who shed over Yashar'al the water of lies, He caused them to wander in a pathless wilderness, laying low the everlasting heights, abolishing the ways of righteousness and removing the boundary. So this was the scoffer, that wicked priest, right, in the time of the teacher of righteousness. But things go circular, and guess who that sounds like now? He's the Judas spreading over waters of lies, right? He's giving them the poppy water, giving them the how did they put it? The oh man, the bitter brew. What was it? The drink? Like it was the drink. Damn it! Like the ale.
Yeah,
But so check it out. It says, where are we at? So we have these years, right? And like what? Look, he caused them to wander in a pathless wilderness. That's what he's doing. He's just having them wandering around in the fucking Awalam, laying low the everlasting heights, right? He's just trying to destroy everything, abolishing the ways of righteousness and removing the boundary. Judah's doing everything wicked that he's not supposed to fucking do. Like it's ridiculous. Bitter draft is what it was. So that now we have, like I said, so what, we go 390 plus another 20. What, 390 plus 20? 410. So we have 410 years from Babylon. 410 years. Now, you could do this one of two ways. And this is where they get their models from. This is why they have contention. Going into the Bible Encyclopedia. Okay. So, here's the 70 years. 70 years exile foretold by Jeremiah. Right? This is because, remember, he forsook the temple. So when the temple was destroyed, 586, temple destroyed, 586 BCE, that's when we totally went into captivity, everything got abandoned. The temple was completed in 516, right? So this is like the 70 years, right? From 586 to 516. When the temple was completed, that's basically when like the complete captivity was over, for the fact that like the temple was destroyed, there was nothing left, and then we went back, reestablished everything because everybody was still giving us hell and fucking all that shit, and then we rebuilt the temple, got everything going, and that's 70 years, right? So 586, 516, right? And then we have, okay, so if you do watch, let me get a calculator. Get my phone. Okay, shit. Calculator, okay. Let's see. Oh, wow, that's too bright. Okay, but anyways, if you just do it, sorry, I was trying to show you guys, but it's all fucked up. Or look, I guess if I do it at an angle. So what, we're gonna go 5. So it depends. See, this is where this is the whole contention of the standard model with the new model. The standard model goes off of when the captivity first happened, which is 586 minus 410, right? That's 176. Did not we just see in that chart that 176 is when the standard model was? Back up the tape if you have to. Now, right, so 176, but then we know that 70 years, so there's a difference of 70 years. So it's either 586 or 516, that's 70 years. So all you have to do is take 176, which is what we had, right, minus what? 70, 106. 106 BCE. That's the time of the teacher of righteousness, which was 100 years, as we saw from the chart, because Christ, the earliest Christ could have been born was 6 BCE, which is literally 100 years after the teacher of righteousness. They're not the same fucking person. If James, right, was the teacher's brother, as they claim, then, which you don't find outside the New Testament. So James, right, he's supposed to be the teacher's brother. James existed in the time of fucking way out in the time of Paul, right? Obviously, he was arguing with Paul. James was there when Jesus was growing up, so he was alive 100 years after the teacher of righteousness, if that narrative is correct, right? Like in your little New Testament shit, right? Dude, it's not the fucking same thing. It's not the same fucking person. You're just trying to give JC legitimacy so you could teach your fucking Bashar. Because you're a fucking demon that's feeding everybody bitter draft. Or, what was it? Bitter weed. Like, or what was it? The wicked weed, right? Or what was it? You know, you're the opposite. You're feeding everybody opium. You're giving everybody ra'ash. You're putting everybody under Amalek. That's the same thing. Like I was reading earlier about how it was like venom of poison of vipers and venom of asps. Like they're both snakes. It's talking about the same. Like one of them is talking about opium of those serpents, and then one of them is the oppression, right? That Amalek basically is. They're the Nakash. They're the enchanters. That Amalek would oppress you, right? And you would be fed poison, basically like venom. It's the opium is equated with venom of serpents, with the venom of a deadly snake. And who's the snake? Who's the enchanters? Nakash, the Amalek, Rosh. So that's all you're doing, bro. And what did it say? We already read it in Torah. It said you fucked, bro. It said you fucked. Blot it out under heaven and blot it out with the book of life. Because you not only defiled the temple so many fucking times, it's not even funny. But you just completely went above and beyond this time, dude. Like, that was bad. And you tried to justify it all over Facebook. I tried arguing with you. You tried giving excuses instead of just being told, like, you know what, I completely fucked up. I take it all back. I repent, blah, blah. No. What did you do? You made excuses. And you're like, oh, opiate's not the same as opium. I didn't mean opium. You said opiate, opium, morphine, right? And you just addressed opium. You're like, oh, I meant opiates. Opiates aren't the same as opium, when that's literally the definition of opiate is a drug made from opium, which is that gall that is being fed. That's why they said Jesus, that he wouldn't drink the gall. Like, that's us not drinking the gall, like partaking of the ra'ash, partaking of the poppy. But you've seen this, dude, and that's all wickedness, man. So I hope, sorry it was a little choppy, sorry it was a little rusty. Just getting back into the video making. It's been like 8 months, almost a year. Yahweh had me shut up. In fact, let me get that real quick, that way you guys can see that. But I have a whole lesson on it, of reasons why, and like what it was for and stuff. Not by my choice, I'll tell you that much. I wanted to be out there fucking slinging it up, but Yahweh just kept making it to where I could not record until it needed to be done. All in due season. Yahweh was like, nope, sit your ass down, it's not the season. Okay, so we're in Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 22. Then the hand of Yahweh came upon me there, and he said to me, alright, because he told him to go. And it says, then Yahweh came upon me there, and he said to me, arise, go out to the valley, and there I will speak with you. Right? And the valley is like the lowly of the people. The mountains are like the elders and the famous, right? I arose and went out to the valley, and there stood the presence of Yahweh like the presence I had seen at the Kabar Canal. So you saw that same vision of Yahweh, right? And I flung myself down on my face, and a spirit entered me and set me upon my feet, and he spoke to me and said to me, go, shut yourself up in your house. As for you, O mortal, cords have been placed upon you, and you have been bound with them, and you shall not go out among them. And I will make your tongue cleave to your palate, and you shall be dumb. Right? Or you should be in the Awalam. You shall not be a reprover to them, for they are a rebellious breed. It's not because of something I did. It's because you guys are a rebellious fucking breed, bro. But when I speak with you, I will open your mouth, and you shall say to them, thus saith Yahweh. which is what's happening right now. He who listens will listen, and he who does not will not, for they are a rebellious breed. So basically, he's just dividing. He's gonna see who's gonna listen and who's not, bro. Yahweh, we don't understand our own ways, bro. I'm trying, man. Like, we try to follow Torah. I was trying to make videos that whole time. Really was. Was I not trying to fucking make videos that whole fucking time that I was not able to? Didn't I bitch about this daily? I'm sure all of you guys got fucking completely sick of it. But every day I was like, man, I need to make a video. Man, I need to make video. Man, I need to make video. And I would try, and I got lessons fucking stacked for days now, dude. I'm sitting here like, bro, I really need to record these. But I could never get the chance. It was always work. It was always, I gotta fucking take care of the kids. It was always something. Just something always fucking tripped it up to where I just didn't have the time to do the video. And like, it was just messed up. But now, look at what Yahweh did. Yeah, it had to be spoken because it had to do with the incense altar, which has to do with speaking. But, So, but anyways, that's like basically a little gist of what happened. But now Yahweh has me speaking to them, rebuking, and hopefully if you guys could send some prayers up, maybe Yahweh will continue to allow me to keep making videos because I really miss it, and I really want to share everything I have with you guys. So, with that, hopefully it was enjoyable. Please forgive any misspeakings I did. If I said something wrong, I'll fix it. Show me proof. I may have misspoken a few things here or there, whatever. A slip of the tongue. Yahweh says to don't grill me on that. As long as I didn't say nothing all crazy or nothing, which I know I didn't, because Yahweh, has me burning incense, the Nataf. Which is speaking by divine inspiration. So, whatever came out had to come out. And so with that, we gave all praises to Yahweh, Kawal Yada Yahweh. We'll say our national credo, as they say, the Shema Yashra'al, Yahweh Alahayana, Yahweh Akkad. Barak Hashem Yahweh, we always have to bless the name of Yahweh. And Barakatam, bless you, Akyam wa Akwa, my brothers and my sisters. And hopefully we will be back at this soon, recording more. I got so much stuff to bring out. I got incense lessons, I got incense altar lessons, I've got the mercy seat on the Ark of the Covenant, I've got stuff on Yahweh, his appearance, I've got stuff on what ruddy means, I've got stuff on what else do we have? We got so much stuff, I don't even know. We got the gospel stuff to tear down. I have to show you guys what Bashar really true. Once you guys see all the precepts for that, you're gonna be like, holy fuck. Tear down Mark, tear down the Codex Sinaiticus. We got lessons to show what the Bashar really is, what Judah's really doing. We got lessons on what else do we have lessons on that I got going? We have a teacher of righteousness lesson, of course. Like I've got this shit just laid out, man. Just waiting, fucking kicking it. We've got so much stuff going on. This is ridiculous. We got an Aram lesson. We got the wicked priest lesson. We got the teacher of righteousness. So here's literally all the precepts that you can possibly find the teacher of righteousness or anything to do with him. Same thing with the wicked priest. Dude, we've got fucking lessons for days on all kinds of shit. We got Jubilees lessons. We already took care of the reincarnation stuff long ago. Okay, so the kidneys, I got stuff on that. Showing how kidneys are a part of the temple. Just everything, man. We got so many, it's not even funny. So, throw some prayers. Hopefully Yahweh will have me continue this work. But I praise Yahweh that he allowed me to even do this at all. I can't thank him enough. With that, man, shalom, shalom. We'll catch you guys on the next one.